All right. It's quickly turning into my favorite night of the week. I think mainly because for some reason CHGO is just giving me the license to bring in whoever I want to bring in on Thursday nights, for at least for the time being. We have an amazing show tonight brought to you by PointsBet. Yes, get your 2 risk-free bets are up to $2,000 if you have not done the PointsBet by this time. I mean, what are you waiting for? Best way to bet on live games. And download that PointsBet app today and use that discount code CHGO. 2 bets risk-free up to $2,000. All right. Corey Wootton and Adam Hoge join remotely in a matter of moments for Woot. But in studio, I think everybody has seen, and we'll play the video for you in a second here if you have. But everyone has seen Dyon Brooks, who is a comedian, You're internationally known at this point, but like now you're like the number 1 Bears fan in town.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I was walking through the airport, and I had the jacket on, and the guy comes. He's like, hey, "You the guy from the video? Bear down. I love you. You're my hero." And I was like, okay, I guess I'm in charge of things now.
I mean, you might have a shot to replace Staley, and he's done a great job, or she. I don't really. Staley's awesome, but we got to get you on the field. Bear. Carmy V, good to see you. Which are now resident Thursday, Wednesday superstar contributor.
Thanks.
I don't know how to title you. You do a zillion things over there.
Fox Sports, NFC North.
There we go. That's the best way.
That's the easiest way to do it. I also want people to understand that I have to talk about the entire division. So don't come after me when I'm the voice of reason around here.
Yes. No.
Sorry.
We have the most well-educated, calm, grounded CHGO fan base. I see you, Torian. I see all of you. Everybody likes to, live in the dream, but also live in reality. And speaking of reality, right here from...
Ooh, what a good segue.
Like that?
I did.
From Salt Lake City, the Real Housewives, what is it?
Carm hasn't been able to get this right all week. I hope
Seth
you know
Marks,
that.
Well, first of all, before you became a reality star, Seth Marks, you were a dominator here in the radio scene, 1998, 1999, The Naked Truth About Sports, Over to the Score, over to One-on-One Sports. Then you went and you followed your passion, or you didn't follow your passion, but you followed your desire to have a family and put food on the table. And now, this is one of the most talented entertainers I've ever been around. And now you're a reality TV star. And I was at your event last night. I still don't know the name of the show, but it's on Bravo and it's amazing. So,
all I know, first of all, Mark, thank you for having me. I would be doing this shit every day if you could make money in it.
God, that's so true.
This is the dream, and you've been doing it forever, man. It ain't about how much money you make. I'm fucking miserable. You, my friend, are the happiest guy. You glow. You're innovating. You're creating shows. I mean, This is fucking awesome.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, okay. I mean, you probably need to come to a couple of my therapy sessions for the truth.
Because he must not know the truth.
The true
we
barometer
love
of
a man in therapy, though. We love a man in therapy.
Yes, right.
Always under construction.
Group, individual, as many times a week as you could, fit into the budget. Let's go. But no, this is and you're everybody. Well, Seth is just for the record, to give your athletic accomplishments. You were a high school football star.
I've won at every level except high school, college, and pro.
Wow.
So Little League.
Pee-wee. I did.
Pee-wee.
I won.
He's a Pee-wee champ.
Actually, we lost in that too. I'm kind of a loser. I'm an overachiever, Mark. Played Highland Park High School, Highland Park Strong, Central Suburban League, champion, beat Deerfield for the first time, beat Stevenson for the first time. We had a lot of guys go to play college.
Deal.
I tried to go play college. And then tackling Terrell Davis versus Josh Goldberg is a big difference from the Central Suburban League. And Terrell Davis legitimately was at Long Beach State when I was there.
That's
before I transferred to U of A.
I was just going to say, you just told me you went to University of Arizona, so
Couldn't
we actually, you didn't even realize what you were doing.
I'm one of the only guys you'll ever meet that didn't get into University of Arizona and had to transfer in.
I wouldn't say that out
At
loud.
least you got in.
I wouldn't admit to that.
At least you got in.
I'm with Dyon. At least you got in. I mean,
the acceptance rate at both University of Arizona and Arizona State.
Which officially puts me at the ASU level with you.
Oh, you didn't know what you just did, Mark or Carm, because he went to Arizona. I went to Arizona State undergrad. So you just you put two people,
you all had
things are
both
gonna get
of
weird.
you had proper perspective. You realized that education was overrated and that you would get and
Yes, I do
No, you want to know the saddest part of all of this is I went to Arizona State because I wanted to go to a big sports school and I loved football. And I was like, oh, this is a giant institution. Of course they have to be semi-decent at football. Meanwhile, they've lived in mediocrity ever since. So it was very ironic that I went there for football.
Meaningless.
Meaningless.
Basically, you're like a football virgin in college.
Yes, basically.
you want to give your high school / college.
You know what? Honestly, here's the thing. I was actually a great athlete in high school. I played quarterback at Prosser Career Academy for my freshman year. Then I transferred to Carl Schurz High School and I played quarterback there. I had some good years, man. And then I transferred out. I went to Joliet West, and out there they moved me to corner and wide receiver. And then I got hurt. I ended up pulling my quad real bad and my hamstring at the same time. Oh. And I never really got that speed back from that. I went from running, a 4.4. To now, I'm like a 6'2". You know what I'm saying? So,
I hate to break it to you. I don't know if it was because of that injury at this point in our lives.
I tell people all the time, I could have went pro, but I had just decided, I'm gonna just do these jokes, and and here I am.
Here you are.
Well, Joey, let's play the video
Nice.
For the one person that hasn't seen it. This was after the Bears lost to the Packers.
I have not seen this.
I know Seth's probably the one guy that
I was
hasn't.
gonna say, we found the one person.
So
Just stupid.
Like, why are they running on the field this till time?
Is you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Is you crying?
Go on, leave me alone. I'm watching the game. No, I'm not crying.
I told you they was finna lose. I don't know why you acting like this.
Why is you talking about my business? Why is you talking about my business?
But they down bad with 10 points.
They cheated, though. They cheated. We would have won. They cheated.
You not hot with all that stuff on?
Yeah. Hey, man, why you come in? I told you, when they lose, don't talk to me for the rest of the week. Why is you bothering me? Dang.
Whoa, what about the wristbands? You act like they finna throw you in the game to save the last couple of points for you.
Would you leave me alone?
You don't even cry for me like this.
I only known you for 2 months. This has been my team for 22 years. Yeah. Win, lose, or draw. This one I'm at. Get out. What? I know you. Get out.
They need to recruit you if it's this serious.
Get out, for real. I'm on the team. I'm with the team. Get out. Come on. Come on.
All right. Okay.
Wow. That is classic. That is classic.
So take us through it, the genesis of, because I bought it hook, line, sinker. I thought it was legit. I thought that I was actually kind of on your girlfriend's side. I'm like,
wow.
This is. But
Dyon, you should have seen Adam Hoge's face yesterday when we told him that you were a comedian and that this was preconceived, and he was like, his face just fell, and he was so upset. I've never seen this man so upset.
I think, like I said when I was talking with you guys yesterday, so the video, I wanted to tap into the sport market. And, the only football team that I watch is the Bears. That's the only team I play with on Madden, like, diehard fan. Like, it is real. In 2001, I don't know if you all remember, but they went to the playoffs, and they lost to the Eagles in the divisional round. And that time, by then, I probably was, I was way younger, a kid. And I remember standing in front of the TV and I was crying. And my dad walked in. He was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, I thought this was our year, and I was just crying. So I thought about that. I said, I want to tap into the sports world, and I want to bring that, me as a child, into an adult. How I feel, because I still feel the same way now. The video, actually, I really thought we were gonna win. I originally wrote the video. for a win. Like, I was gonna be crying. It was supposed to be tears of joy. So by the third quarter, I knew that the plans had changed. So I started to change everything around. And you know what? In a weird way, I'm kind of glad that they lost, because I don't know if that video does what it did if they win.
Well, you tapped into something. That's, I mean, chat, let's jump in here. Like, I don't know if everybody else feels like the Bears are my team 22 years. I've been with you for 2 months, but I definitely think there's definitely people out there right now who are like, do not talk to me after they lose, or don't try to minimize it.
It ruins my week. When they lose, it's like those first, let's see, if they lose Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not really in a good space. I need to hear, I need you guys to write some stuff up that get me feeling good. Like, you know what Matt Nagy used to say? We had a great week of practice. That normally used to kind of like bring me back to get me excited for the for the next week. But I need those first 3 days. I need space.
Well, and Seth, we were talking earlier today. I know you that was your childhood.
Oh yeah, no, it changes the vibe. You hit it,
does.
man. If the
It does.
Bears are winning, I do not need any Viagra. If they're losing,
I'm so glad this is the After Dark designation.
Bears are losing, it's tough.
That was a turn. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I mean, it changes the whole energy.
It does.
of
No,
the
you're right.
entire city.
You're right.
It just vibes up, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the beautiful part about Chicago is everyone is behind this team
Yes.
at all times.
At all
No,
times.
win or lose.
Yes.
Win, lose, or
The
draw.
entire vibe of the city rides in football season on this team.
So could you imagine if we won the
I
Super
hear just
Bowl?
stories of the 85 season. I'm not old enough
oh
to
my
have
God.
experienced.
I was at the 85 Super Bowl.
You were there?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, hand to God. I've been to the
Wow.
one that Devin Hester returned the kickoff. We thought we were going to win.
Win.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
Everybody
that
did.
I was at that one. I don't miss a big Bears game. Like, it doesn't. I will not miss. I was not at the double doinker.
That's a good thing.
Maybe that's why the double doinked then, because you weren't there.
Well, they lost.
Oh, you lost
they
the
lost
Super Bowl too.
so
That's
he
true.
wasn't
Never
a
mind,
good
you're
luck
not. I was
charm.
trying to give you some credit. That
Let's as we continue to roll through a Bears After Dark, let's bring in our guy, an actual Chicago Bear and Wildcat and my hero. What's up, Corey Wootton?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Woot, sorry we're a little late to you. We're on our different schedule tonight, so appreciate you being there. What's resonating in this conversation right now? People are saying they can't get through their week on this set when the Bears lose.
Yeah, I heard about a Pfizer endorsement or something like that. I heard that's a good pre-workout too. I heard that gives you a good pump, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, it's tough when the Bears aren't doing well. You know, it's always good, especially in Chicago. Chicago is a die-hard, Bears city, right? We can talk about everything, right, with Jordan and this, but the city is really thriving when football is doing well. So hopefully we can continue to get better, and we'll have some good seasons coming up.
Corey. Oh.
Go ahead, Carmi.
Well, just because, given your experience as a player and, you heard the comments from Justin Fields a couple of weeks ago about, I think there needs to be more conversation about how much these players also care. I mean, this literally ruins their week. I know you guys are taught, after the Tuesday, the Tuesday is when you guys reset and you have to go on to the next game when you come in to work on Wednesday. But what is that like, the fluctuations of the locker room after sometimes like either you lose or you win and all that kind of stuff?
Yes. So playing for the Bears, my first year, that's the year we made the NFC Championship, right? Everything was great. We're winning. You go to a restaurant, they comp this. You go to the club, they comp your bottles. So everything, you're feeling great. You're feeling great. You're having a good time. The city loves you. And then the following year, 2011, right? We did very bad. The city still loves you, but they may boo you a little bit differently, during the game. So,
Do you still get the bottles though? That's the question.
It depends. It depends who's working that night. So it really depends on that. But yeah, no, the Bears fans, they'll love you win or lose, right? But obviously, if you're winning, everything's that much better. And as a player, right, it just feels so much better, right? You have Victory Mondays. You don't even have to come into the facility. That's what we did under Lovey. So it was always great. Anytime you could play on Sunday, you could hang out, you can go out, do whatever you want, and then you'd be back again on Wednesday. So that used to be good, especially when you win, you get in the groove. But losing, everything gets magnified, right? That play, this play, your coaches, the media. So everything's a lot better when you win.
Hey, Corey, quick question for you, because I love everything you're saying. I love your career as a Wildcat. Two things is the Bears really do fuck with my mood, and that's how diehard it is. But here, I don't know what to make of it. They could easily be 0-3 right now. Mm-hmm. They easily could be 0-3, but they're 2-1 and found ways to win for the first time in a long time, winning ugly. And the quarterback's playing like shit. So when this quarterback plays well like we signed up for, is this team become great?
I think they can. I think the biggest thing right now is getting him confidence, right? We saw him in the offseason. We saw the preseason. He looked confident, right? And then when the season started, everything starts flying differently. He's been struggling a little bit. So I think, like you said, right, no matter how poorly he's played, we're still 2-1 at this point, right? So I think that's a good sign. I think it tells a lot about the coaching staff, the guys buying into him. And think about it, right? If he's playing this poorly, imagine when he gets things going, because I think he is talented. I think, the Bears and other teams around the league saw what he did in college, saw what he can do. But I think the biggest thing as a quarterback is up in between the ears. And I think people fail to realize, look at Josh Allen through 13 games as well. He kind of struggled. People weren't really buying into him. And then all of a sudden, he got a little bit of confidence. His coordinator started scripting plays for success. So let's pump the brakes a little bit on everyone saying, I don't know if he could play. He's Mitch 2.0. Let's just see how everything goes. Let's see if Luke Getsy can get the run game going, work the play action off that. Because I think once Justin Fields gets confidence, I think he could be lights out. I think he'd be dangerous.
Dyon's mumbling. He's not Mitch 2.0. Go ahead.
He is not Mitch 2.0. I got a chance to meet Justin last Sunday. The Bears invited me out to the game, and we talked. And the advice I gave him is, the outside noise. Just understand that you're supposed to be here. This is where you're supposed to be, and we want you here, despite the things that you hear. We want you here, and I like you said. I think that he needs that confidence.
Can we stop for a second?
Go ahead.
You coach Justin Fields.
Yeah, me and Justin. I got the video on my phone where I talked to him.
Hey, so when he throws for 4 touchdowns and 300 yards, it was because of you, baby.
Listen,
I told
Eddie Jackson before the game. I said, Eddie, you getting a pick today? And he looked at me. He said, "You think so?" I said, "I know so." And right before it happened, I told my buddy, I said, they're gonna tip the pass and Eddie's gonna catch it.
You felt Kendall Vildor coming in there.
I didn't know it was going to be him. But I knew Ed was going to end in Eddie's hands. And, Eddie, you haven't reached out to me and told me, thank you, send me the ball or anything, because I was the one that made that happen. And right now, they just gave me my game socks for Sunday. I'm actually going in. I'm actually going in Sunday. So, I talked to Justin. I talked to Roquan. I told him, be patient. I'm going to call Ryan. I'm going to call Ryan Poles Monday. And me and him gonna talk, about the contract, but we're gonna get him paid. Look, it's a lot. I got a busy schedule. I got a lot going on right now.
What about that 6'2", though, 40? I don't know if that's gonna cut it.
You know what? I'm gonna stay out of that part.
But guys, I got one thing for you. I see this a lot with young quarterbacks, especially, right? Young players in general, I think. But especially the quarterback, everything's magnified, right? When someone's pressing too hard, and it seems like Justin Fields is really trying to, ball out, right? Throw for 300 yards, complete 40 passes. But I think he just needs to get back to giving what the defense gives him. That's the biggest thing. Take what the defense gives you, right? And then the game comes to you. That's what all the great players do. You look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers that we bring up a lot, right? In the Bears game, right? I'm sure he wanted to throw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, do discount, double check. I own you, Bears, right? But they took what the defense gave them. The running game was working. They relied on that. He's like, I played okay, but this is what worked. And I think that's what Justin Fields needs to do, because the game will come to him once he lets it, right? We have a great running game right now. So if he could work off that, work the play actions, and Luke Getsy, let's get some of these dink and dunk throws with Tom Brady and company, right? And I don't think people realize I do not think Tom Brady would be who he is if Bill Belichick and company didn't have that system for him, right? Because that system before was for Drew Bledsoe, a guy with a big arm, a cannon of an arm that could throw the ball down. And he said, listen, this guy Tom Brady came in for him after he got injured. Let's get his confidence up, right? Dink and dunk throws, the intermediate, the short throws. And then all of a sudden, right, he gets that confidence up, and then he can make every throw he needs to. So I think that's what Luke Getsy needs to do to get Justin Fields that confidence.
Well, they tried that with Kyle Orton, man, the dink and dunk thing.
It was working. Orton was winning games.
Orton, no.
Yes, for real, he was.
How many times did Orton take us to the playoffs?
Go ahead, Woot.
That was when I was a freshman in college. He was winning games, He was winning games.
I was the lone guy in this city that when they traded Kyle Orton in the Jay Cutler deal, I was like, this is bad. This is a bad deal. Kyle Orton was getting stuff done. It wasn't great, but he was, at that point in time,
he was efficient, man.
He was efficient. And by the way,
how many playoffs games did Kyle Orton win?
How many did Cutler win?
One.
Yeah, one.
That's more than Kyle Orton won.
How many seasons did Kyle Orton play?
If I polygraphed you and anyone who's saying that if you had confidence in Kyle Orton,
exactly,
you're lying through your teeth.
I would pass that. I would pass that polygraph.
Yeah. You think you could go to the playoffs and win with Kyle Orton?
They went to the playoffs and won with Rex Grossman. So.
Rex Grossman was like,
they would have won a Super Bowl without him.
He only had 2 years with the Bears, right? 04 to 06, right? I believe.
Orton was with us in 2005.
I'm pulling it up.
2006, 2007, I think, and then we got Jay in 08.
Okay.
You know how many times you went to the playoffs with Kyle Orton? You were on the team.
I didn't play with him. I got there in 2010.
2010
was 2010. Yeah. Listen, Kyle Orton started 15 games in 2005. All right. You know what his record was? His record was 10-5. That's what his record was.
The defense was 10-5.
That's fine. Listen,
defense wins championships.
Yes.
If Justin Fields goes 10-5 this year, we're all gonna be.
We're all gonna be happy about that.
We're gonna be losing our shit on this show. Is what's gonna happen.
Wait.
So come on now.
If he goes 10-5, like Cal went 10-5, people will say that's not enough.
Can I get this a little bit back on track with the question?
You're right. You're right. They will say that, but
they will say it's not enough.
All right, along these lines, though, Corey, I want to get your opinion on this too, because you talked about those high completion percentage throws, getting these guys confidence, all of that kind of stuff. Do you think that? I mean, this is a complicated system. We've seen this offense. There's 9 teams that run this offense in the league. Do you think that they're putting too much on Justin Fields right now? Would you rather see them kind of ease him into it rather than throw everything at him right at once? Is it a little bit of a paralysis by choice and decision almost?
Yeah, I think so. And at this point, you got to look at it, right? He doesn't have a true number 1 receiver. I think we all thought Darnell Mooney would be that number 1. But people fail to realize Allen Robinson, people felt however they did last year about his performance, but he still garnered that attention. So Darnell Mooney was able to go over 1,000. And I think everybody was like, oh, he's taking the next step. And I think we realized that he's really a very good number 2. So we needed number 1. So we don't really have the weapon. So he's not all at fault. But I think to kind of combat that, right, get some of these intermediates, get some of these dink and dunk throws that I was talking about. And then when you can get his confidence up, we can open things up. Because you could just tell back there, he does not seem comfortable. The throw off the back leg, kind of flipping it here. And the second interception is nowhere even close. So, I think you just have to pump the brakes right now, rely on the running game, work the play action off it.
Shout out to Ian O'Hare, $10 super chat. Appreciate the contribution, my friend. Love the show, guys. Getting my recent girlfriend. Good job moving forward there, Ian. A Bears jersey. Herbert, Johnson, or Eddie Jackson. That's a tough call right there.
I think I would go Eddie Jackson though, just because he's a leader on the defense. I think we're already seeing a really good year for him this year. But I get it. There's also the recent girlfriend. So do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to invest in that?
Action Jackson, right?
Action
Get that
Jackson.
action, baby. It's a new girlfriend, right?
There's still a little bit of impressing you have to do with this girl, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think we got to look long term here. Perhaps if that your recent does seem like you're not fully committed, but if I had to bet on those three, who's going to be here the longest?
Why those three though? You got one of the best players in the league.
Let's
help the guy. You make him go off a cliff with 3 bad jerseys.
That's
that's not 3 bad
those
jerseys.
are
No.
good.
There's not one all-pro on there.
Jalen Johnson easily
is a shutdown corner, right? You look at his stats;
Easily.
they don't throw it, right? I'm telling you,
how about the $12 million man? The $12 million man,
Eddie Jackson,
Quinn.
Oh,
Robert Quinn?
Yeah,
He's going to be out of here in 5 minutes.
You want to be?
You want to be
Why
the
is he
one?
gonna be out here in 5 minutes. He's the best player on the team.
He's
old.
When he's getting
old,
older.
he's dead.
Yeah.
And I say that because he's my age.
How many sacks did he have last year?
You're right, but he's going to get
18 and a half? Holy shit.
He broke the franchise record.
That's insane.
Yes.
So why are you guys sending him to the pastures?
Because they want him to get a jersey of a guy that's probably going to be on the team a little bit longer.
Yeah, that we need to establish
Jalen
what you're
Johnson
trying
I
to do
think
here.
would be the best one.
Jalen's your safest play, but
like Peanut. He'll be here 13, 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Is he the one who went to Utah?
that's a good. Where did
I
Jalen
believe
go to
he
school?
Did he go to Utah?
That's a great.
He went to Utah.
Thank you,
Good.
John.
Thank you.
Just here tonight having a beer.
Hey, Woot. Before you go, and appreciate the time as always. Can't wait to see you in studio whenever that is. Monday. You here Monday?
Yeah, we're in here Monday.
Can't wait. Okay,
And by the way, he was coached by Sharif Shah, who's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly from UCLA's brother. But if you want to go deeper on Jalen Johnson, I'm happy to do it. He's probably the best coach DB coming out of the draft. Utah has some of the best DBs because of Sharif Shah.
Okay.
That's true. Their defense was
Well, so
absolutely
it sounds like you.
insane.
Sound like you agree
I
with
got
the
one
Jalen
question
Johnson
about
pick.
Utah.
then.
I got one question
I didn't
about
know that
Utah,
was
right?
him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
apologize.
It's okay.
Woot's got a question about
What's your
Utah.
question?
So I'm a big golfer. Do you golf at all?
I love golf.
Okay, so check this out, right? In Utah, do you hit the ball further? I hear like the altitude or something, right? You can hit the ball farther?
100%.
Okay, so I can hit the ball about 340 here. What could I hit in Utah?
You're going to be driving par 4s. Literally, par 4s are going to be par 3s for you. Come to Park City. I live in Park City most of the year, and it's even higher up. That's where you got to come with this guy, Mark Carm, and we'll play.
Yeah, I'm going to come out there. One of my boys, Tony Moyaki, his cousin is Tony Finau. So we've been talking about going out
God,
there
another
for years.
Utah
Yeah.
great.
I love
Yeah,
Moyaki.
exactly.
Iowa Hawkeye, baby. Let's go.
He
Yep,
now
yeah,
hits
that's
a
one of my guys
long
right
ball, too.
That's
there.
us.
He does with a short backswing too.
His best is yet to come, right? Didn't he just finally win a big tourney?
Yeah, he won 2 back-to-back.
Boom.
Yeah, a couple months ago. So
Hey, Woot, weird question on the way out here, but I want to ask you this. As far as the off the field, like you just said that when you guys won, you had Mondays off and you could go out. You're in the NFL. Like, and I was walking out with, I went out to practice yesterday. And so, and the guys had a meeting afterwards. I feel like I was Dyon yesterday, just straight on the team. So we're walking from the locker room, like I was the last guy in there, and they're all walking to their meeting. And I'm literally holding the door for some dudes coming through, and so there's like 7 of them, and I'm like, y'all are in the NFL. It's an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself, and something like that. And one of them says to me, you know what that stands for? I'm not going to out anybody. I'm like, I do know what it stands for. And he's talking about not for long. Not for long. Like you're there for however long you can last. But so my question, this is a long-winded one. During the season, if in your mind, to be your best, how often can you go out? Because I won't name names. Everybody who files social media can see, like, some guys that they're going out on Friday night before a game on Sunday against the Packers, that type of stuff. Like, what would your recommendation be to guys as far as how to manage themselves during the season? Dyon's laughing at me. I think it's to me it's important. Maybe I'm the old man I am the old man on the set.
You are.
So actually, Seth has that by a year. Thank you very much. Love you being here.
But the 85 Bears answered that question.
The 85. You're right. The 85. Well, but that's it.
You were also chugging beers at halftime at that point.
The 80.
No, they would have been the best team ever if they weren't in Miami Beach.
Well,
right.
But the 85 Bears do answer that. Like if Jim McMahon had not been, and I love Jim McMahon, but if he hadn't been the party party animal, perhaps, and dedicate himself to keeping his body right, maybe it's a different career. You never know. Woot, what do you think?
So I think it depends on the person. You look at Lawrence Taylor, man, that made him a beast. You talk about pre-workout, man. He was sniffing that white stuff, and that made him get some quarterbacks. I'll tell you that. But I think it just depends on the person, right? There's people I play with that could go out the night before a game, get absolutely canned, shit-faced, whatever you want to call it, and then go out there and have 15 tackles, have a pick six, you name it, right? So everybody knows. Honestly, everybody knows what they need to do to get their body right? And there's some people that can drink the night before, drink a couple nights before, and get themselves ready, right? There's some people say like this, hey, you either got it or you don't. It don't matter if I'm going out or not, right? And that's how some people are. Some people know their bodies. So my thing is like this. Lovey always told us, hey, you're a pro. I don't have curfew, right? So you know what you need
Lovey
to do.
Lovey didn't have curfew?
Not at all. Never had curfew, right?
You used to just get off the bus running.
Player coach.
So I think that tells you a lot, right? And we the 2012 season, right? We had a top 5 defense. I think that's telling you everything you need to know. So, you either got it or you don't.
Like in today's NFL, I've never heard of a team not having curfew, and they have curfews the night before. Like even at home games, a lot of times they'll all stay the night at the hotel. They have night meetings. At least that's been my experience with the teams that I've worked for or known. They have the night meetings, and so it's like you're not even done with those till like 9:30 p.m. and then you have an 11 p.m. curfew. You have like snack at the hotel or whatever. You eat some wings, and then you go to bed. But I mean, at the same time too, going out is also not synonymous with drinking a whole lot. Like the guys that I knew in Tampa, they would maybe go out on Friday nights, but they'd have 1 to 2 beers. It was just to be social because they don't get to be social usually during the season. But like they weren't doing anything crazy to their bodies. It was like, all right, I'm going to have a couple drinks. I'll be out till 12, maybe 1. And then, I get to sleep in the next day. So it's only a walkthrough on Saturdays.
Yeah, I feel like that's how most of the guys were. And at the end of the day, right, you're human and you want to go out, you want to socialize. So my thing is, people made a big deal about Justin Fields going to Tao, right? Oh, man, he really doesn't love football. He doesn't this, that, and the other, right? And my thing is like this. You have to enjoy it, right? You got a limited window when you're the man. You know what I mean? So you might as well have fun, do your thing. As long as you do everything to get ready and focus, it shouldn't be a problem going out Friday night. I guarantee you he wasn't over there taking shots, going crazy. He just went out to have a good time. Khalil Mack used to do that a bunch. And he would go out and get 2 sacks. So people just want to make something out of nothing, right? Well, these guys are having fun, right? Everybody else would go out on a Friday night, right? So why not?
The only time I've ever seen guys go hard is like in the off season, or Pro Bowl. Like I was in Pro Bowl in Vegas this last year. And that was, I'm not going to out anybody, but there were people having a great time. But like they should, because it's the off season. They don't give a shit about the Pro Bowl. Right, exactly.
Pro Bowl, they go harder in the night before than in the game.
For sure. But they're not even having the game this year. So God only knows what's going to happen.
Hey, Woot, I know you got family or something to do over there, so we'll let you get on out of here. But
I have one question for him. One question. Should Jay Cutler have played through that knee injury in the NFC Championship?
Oh, that's a tough question, right? I think a lot of people say, in that game, right, in NFC Championship, right, should have braced it up, should have played, right? That's what consensus says. But you never know what anybody's pain tolerance is. You never know what somebody if they were going to be a hindrance to the team. So my thing is like, I'm going to trust that he wasn't in the best position to lead us to victory. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna tell you, Mark. I bumped in Lucia's in Canton, Ohio, right by the Hall of Fame. The former Bears offensive coordinator, great Minnesota Viking tight end, who shall remain nameless, who got in the face of Jay Cutler during that situation because he couldn't believe he wasn't playing through it. For your NFL acronym, not very for long, that this guy would never get back to that moment. And the fact that I don't know how you say it. What do you say? Como se dice pussied out in this show?
Let's go with wimped.
He wimped out in the pinnacle of his career. I
think Jay was having a bad day that day anyways. He was having a bad day anyway. So I think it kind of hit him like, look, this is Chicago. I'm playing like trash. Like, let me get out the way.
You can't. Hold on though. You cannot
my
quite.
heart forever.
You
I
can
was
say a
hurt.
lot of things about Jay Cutler. You can't question his toughness.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You can't.
No, he got hit a lot. But I think the biggest thing that people are questioning, right? Phillip Rivers tears his ACL in the AFC divisional game, I believe, right? And the doctors told him, hey, don't go in. Your ACL is torn. He said, F this, brace it up. Right? And so I think that's why
Tom
people
Brady
were
played the
saying-
whole Super Bowl season on a torn MCL.
Yes.
So I think that's
I'm
the
just
thing,
fueling
right?
the fire.
But-
I don't think that Jay should have gone in. I think he trusted
but it's
himself.
a tricky area, right? Because the MCL is a pretty painful thing,
It is.
depending on how he did it. Or
And
not.
it's finicky too. It's
I think he
sometimes
was
it's more
behind.
people. Sometimes it's not.
That was
Behind
that
that
was the
offensive
argument,
line,
right?
I wouldn't have went out there on
yeah,
one leg
but-
either.
That's one thing that Tom had was he had a
He had a
fantastic
line.
offensive line, and he knew he wasn't going to be touched.
I wouldn't have went back
So-
out there behind that line. Do you remember any of the linemen that was on that team?
Jamarcus Webb, right?
Yeah,
He
they
was out there.
you just say that name right there. We can stop right there. I wouldn't have went back out there.
Wood wasn't doing him like that. I don't think. Maybe he was. I'm not sure. Hey, Corey. Thank you. Talk soon. All right.
Appreciate you guys. Good
Hi, Corey.
All right, Corey Wootton,
Woo, woo, woo.
the best, joining us. Adam Hoge's going to be with us in a second. Y'all, everyone's in the chat, by the way, talking about the Giordano's. If you're hungry, now's the time to do it.
We can get some.
We got
What
wings,
flavor did
pizza.
you get?
There's plates up there. I'm going to tell you about Green Ridge Farm though, which is the most amazing Chicago local meat and cheese company. This is the best all natural option. You can live that dream. All natural deli meat, sausages, the meat sticks. Let's go. Right now, you can
Sure,
order
the Bears
any
After Dark chat is going to be
After Dark, here we
super
come.
sure about the meat sticks.
What are the meat sticks?
They're so delicious. You got. I'm
What
telling.
are they like?
They're any 3 meat products from Green Ridge Farms that you order right now, Seth.
Stick shape?
You get it. It includes a pack of meat sticks, like It
Includes meat sticks.
yes.
It's like Omaha steaks, but not Omaha steaks.
Right. The meat sticks are free simply by using the code CHGO at checkout.
I'm just keep drinking my Truly.
Green Ridge Farms. These are brothers. They have passion for. They perfect the smallest batch
Mark.
of meats and cheese from the place is amazing.
I want to
I
understand
love Green Ridge Farm.
Who is their competitor? So I
don't even think there is a competitor to Green Ridge Farm. They're so elite.
So if
How come you're not having some pizza?
Well, I want to talk about Green Ridge
Farm. Yes.
One farm.
You want to hear their mission statement? You want to hear
Yes.
their mission statement? There's nothing more important than what we feed our family, ourselves, and our friends. Therefore, our products are only good enough when they're as good and natural as they can be.
Green Ridge Farms.
Green Ridge Farm. They're looking out for you. I'm telling you, they came in here.
Do they have a e-commerce where they can deliver direct to you?
Yes. I don't know, actually. I shouldn't say yes. I assume that they can do. We'll check it out.
I'm going to.
If you're ordering it online, you get the free meat sticks. Then I'm sure they can, right?
Yeah. No,
They're shipping,
there we go.
shipping you.
Someone's paying attention.
It's not like I haven't heard this read a bunch of times, but no, I mean they're great, and it's like the Slim Jims. Like that's what a meat stick is. It's like a Slim Jim.
I'm all over Green Ridge Farms.
Yeah.
Mark.
The farm. The meat sticks come in chicken, black forest beef, flavors like jalapeno cheddar, spicy chili, delicious stuff. Huge fan.
Oof.
So yeah, there you go. Give me a solid oof. How's and Carmi, you're not gonna eat on camera. You already said that, but
I'm not. Oh no, I'm not eating on camera.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
not gonna happen.
What do you, one bite, everybody knows the rules. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
It's great.
This is true Chicago pizza though. The
Zero
thin crust.
On 1 to 10, you know the Barstool ratings.
Giordano's is my favorite, so
There you go.
okay. I see. I took care of Dyon tonight.
yeah.
I wanted y'all to, appreciate everybody coming in. Also, we might have to have a game after we're done here. A little Chi-Town Cornhole, the #1 cornhole provider for Chicagoland and Illinois since 2007. The signature box-style design can be digitally printed, covered in vinyl, and painted. They were awesome out at our tailgate, which, by the way, I don't want to break anything, but we're any news here. But we've been talking about it. At some point, we're going to have to. Hopefully a couple more tailgates coming. Want to see you all out there. And Chi-Town Cornhole can ship anywhere. They also offer local pickups. They're veteran-owned and operated. Thank you very much. Corporate designs, your company's next marketing or social event, Seth, you're in there. Wedding gifts, gifts for all occasions, gifts for Adam Hoge, who's coming up right now, especially for tailgaters, backyard barbecues. Chi-Town Cornhole. All right, on that note, here comes the leader, our beachfront property, my hero. What's up, Adam Hoge?
What's going on, guys?
Do you like this crew here, Adam? We got Dyon, we got Seth, we got Carmi, we got Bears After Dark. I mean, we can't do better than this, I don't think.
Hey, I heard we had some Utah flavor in the show tonight. So we got some High West whiskey right here, made in Park City, Utah.
Better than that. Is that
One of my
the
favorite
Rendezvous?
stuff.
What is that one?
We got the American Prairie bourbon here.
Beautiful.
So
Stuff goes
best.
down nicely.
yes, it does.
Hoge, I should know this, but were you at practice today? I don't know if you were there.
Yeah, the 5 minutes we get to watch while they stretch.
Well,
yeah, I was there.
I'm more interested in your Luke Getsy, what he had to say about the offense breakdown from we're not going to put the entire thing on Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney. There's 9 other guys on the field, and hey, let's figure this out in a creative way, basically.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I rolled my eyes a little bit when Luke Getsy tried to say that they've opened up the passing game a little bit, which I was like, what? I do kind of have his back a little bit when it comes to the trust factor in Justin Fields, because they are actually giving him opportunities at the line of scrimmage to not call his own plays, but, check from a run to a pass, go to the line with 2 plays at the line of scrimmage, things like that. And he is checking into runs sometimes, even sometimes when he's not supposed to. So I do buy the idea that they are trusting Justin Fields. It's not like they're handcuffing him completely, but don't try to tell us that you've opened up the passing game, because the numbers right now are astounding at how much of their production is coming on the ground in the running game.
Yeah, they're the second most rushing yards per game, I believe, in the league now. So that is their entire offense. I thought it was interesting, though. He basically admitted that teams are paying a lot of attention to Darnell Mooney, and that they need to figure out ways to kind of scheme him open a little bit more, because, yeah, I mean, he's the number 1 receiver. Teams know that.
Worst fantasy pick I ever made.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's been sitting on waivers for 2 weeks in my league, and I'm like, nah.
And that's
I mean,
our number
why would you pick
one.
him up?
That's our number 1, though.
He'll have a good week.
But
this
that's the
week.
thing is, teams know he's the number 1.
Pick him up
So
this
they're-
week.
Nobody's number 1 is on waivers in anybody's fantasy league. We're fucked.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue.
That's true, though. There are times when, the fantasy perspective is, sometimes the best way to look at it. That's actually a good way to think about it. What other team's number 1 wide receiver is just sitting there available to pick up in fantasy at any given moment? Maybe the New York Giants. Maybe the New York Giants.
That's like an unemployed.
Well,
that's
the
like
New-
a
Point.
The New York Giants' number 1 receiver is Richie James, by the way, which I said yesterday, which is just I don't even know who Richie James is. I'm going to be quite honest with you.
Right, you had to look it up yesterday. You had to look it
I
up
know.
again today. You're gonna have to look it up tomorrow.
We go
It's
to
real.
the film on Richie James.
Yeah, he has had 14 catches for 146 yards
So that's more than
this
Darnell.
season.
Is
But
that
yeah,
more
it's
than
like
Darnell?
it's more than the Bears' number 1 receiver.
Well, they got a
Which
number
is-
1 running back who can make up for that, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's gonna be
The
a
Bears'
battle with a
number
running
1
back.
receiver right now is EQ.
Saquon's a freak.
Yeah. If he's actually
He's a
back.
once in a generation player.
If he's back, this will be interesting. This will be a very interesting game. And I think it'll prove if Saquon's actually back or not.
I don't know, because we've had a hard time stopping a run.
Right.
So
But if he can, keep it up and he doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like he needs to be in a bubble because he gets injured a lot.
Saquon?
Braggs in the stands, by the way.
So
We miss you, Greg Braggs.
He is.
Can't wait to see you too. What is Hogan a 6-team league? I don't think he is.
No, I'm in a 10-team league. Mostly Packer fans, so not full of Homer Bears fans that are probably holding on to Darnell Mooney with all hope. You know what I mean? There's 2 Bears fans in the league, though, and both of those fans are like, "Nah, I know better." Which is
I'm
sad.
the only Bear fan in my league. I'm the only Chicagoan, and nobody's claimed him.
Well, you
benched him.
I went up. I talked to Darnell on Wednesday, and I love you, Darnell. Darnell's awesome. He's a great dude.
Where'd he go to college?
Darnell Mooney went to Tulane. Thank you
Tulane.
very much.
Green Wave.
I was about to get that wrong. Thank you very much.
Gave us the great Matt Fonte. Right?
I don't know. I was going to say
Matt Forte.
Matt Forte.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah,
Forte.
Forte went to Tulane.
Yeah. Legend.
Thank you,
The quarterback.
Jake.
The quarterback Ryan Griffin
this is-
went there.
Again,
but nobody knows that here.
My point is this. I here's a picture of Dyon that I'm looking at.
And I talked
with
to
Mooney.
Darnell. I talked to him, you know.
Mooney, we have a great video that's going to be coming out next week about which was your first ever R-rated movie that you saw with the Bears weighing in. So I went up to Mooney and talked about that. So it's a real light conversation. But then when I was walking away, I just said, are you all right? How you doing? And it was like, yeah, no, I'm not all right in general. Like, I mean, he's like, I'm getting there, something along those lines. Like he is weighing on him. That's even that one little interaction. And
it's not physical.
Oh no, not in the least.
No physical health issue.
Listen. He is a victim right now of not having any other talent around him, and the quarterback struggling. I mean, that's there's no other. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I got to imagine that what he's probably most perplexed about was like, the Bears offense last year was broken. It was broken the year before, and yet he was able to put up numbers in that offense. So you would have thought that, like, worst case scenario, yes, he's now the number one wide receiver. Yes, he's going to get tons of attention. You still would have thought that there'd be more production, which has basically been zero at this point. So and on top of it, he works just as hard as anybody in the league. Yeah. All those stories have been out there this summer. So he drops one pass and he's out there trying to catch balls on the jugs machine post game. I got a lot of respect for that, but at some point you put in that much work nonstop and the results don't come. I don't care what we're doing, what line of work we're in. If we're working that hard and not getting the results, we're not going to be in a good headspace.
Yeah, I mean, but like he had Allen Robinson last year to kind of, to take the attention off of him a little bit more. And I think that this year it's just one of those things too where the offense is just totally disjointed. And I don't think that Justin necessarily trusts he doesn't trust those throws. He doesn't trust those timing throws yet. And like, I feel like that's the only way to scheme Darnell Mooney open is to throw to a spot that he is supposed to be at.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we do not see that from this offense
yet. Go get it. The best receivers are the go-get-its. Right.
Because that's literally the only way. You cannot throw to him when he's double covered in the same spot that he's already at because it's drawing coverage to him. So you need to get him to a spot that the defense doesn't know he's going to be at.
Great attribute of all the greatest quarterbacks.
Absolutely. There's those timing throws. And I don't think that they can't do it. That's the thing. Like, they have chemistry. And probably, the most of any receiver on the team.
Peyton Manning on Saturday Night Live when he was pegging those kids because they weren't turning in time.
One of my favorite Peyton Manning skits ever.
It's so good.
That's funny you brought that up. That video popped up in my social media feed the other day for some reason. And I watched the whole thing.
That's like years old.
It's timeless. It's timeless. It speaks to exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the great to the space spot.
I mean, I got to watch Tom Brady do it for the last couple of years. And
oh my God.
Beautiful. It's beautiful when it works.
It's amazing. Fields isn't there.
No, but I mean, I think that they're throwing. We just talked to Corey Wootton, Adam, and I asked him, do you think that they're throwing too much at Justin right now? Like, they need to be building up his confidence with some of those. And Corey said it with some of those short throws, dump offs, intermediate throws, those high completion percentage rate throws. And he was like that. He said that that's going to build up his confidence. So then you can open it up to maybe some more of those timing throws. But he just doesn't have that confidence yet.
Yeah, I think confidence is the word. I think he's looking in the right spots. Still not sure that he is. Like, in his mind, he's not trusting it. And I think it'll come. I still think it'll come. Can we talk real quickly, though, about Bengals uniforms that they're wearing?
Yeah, I wanted to because I keep looking up at this TV like, jeez.
I like the white Bengal tiger. No?
It's
icy.
They're amazing.
It's like the white. That's a real thing, right? The white Siberian.
Yeah, white. I think there's a white Siberian tiger. Yeah, like in the like.
This is rare.
When I saw they were wearing those uniform combos, I was like, Bengals by 50. Like, I know the Dolphins are coming in unbeaten, but like, God, they're just the end zone. All the fans are in white.
You think the Dolphins
I think the
lose?
Dolphins lose tonight.
Yeah, I think they might.
They just kicked a field goal. They should have gotten in the end zone. 7-3. If people are paying attention to Thursday Night Football as you're watching us, which if you are, we really love you and appreciate everybody who's Matt Nagy, Torian, Charlie, all y'all doing a great job. Hey, and Hoge, we started out with Dyon here crying after the Bears lost, and then he actually went into his old school as a kid where he was crying and his dad's looking at him when Donovan McNabb and the Eagles came to Soldier Field and kicked our ass. I
thought Jim
remember
Miller.
that, yeah.
I thought at that time I thought Jim Miller was the future.
Oh shit!
I loved Jim Miller was a good Bears
I
quarterback.
like Jim Miller. I liked him.
Better broadcaster.
That's true, but he battled. I like Jim Miller on the field. But my question to you, Adam Hoge, is your most primal childhood crying after a game that you remember to this day as you're sipping a whiskey or whatever you got over there on Thursday night moment?
Yeah, Carm, this one will speak to you. I think I've told you this before, but the one time I can legitimately remember crying after a game was when Northwestern lost the Rose Bowl to Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, my God. Oh, you did tell me that, and I was like, oh, my God, you're an actual Wildcat. Yeah. You're a cat.
And it was really that season. So I was 9 years old. And I'm just a Chicago kid, as we all are.
You didn't know any better.
Have a team to jump on the, and so here comes Northwestern. Hey, it's an actual Chicago college football team to root for. And I went all the way in, all purple, everything, was convinced they were going to win that game, and then just had my heart ripped out of me. And
Who's the coach?
Yeah, that was.
Was it Barnett?
Yes, of course. Gary took
Gary Barnett.
It was Gary Barnett.
Took the purple to Pasadena,
Darnell,
baby.
Autry.
Oh, wow.
Steve Schnurr.
That team was amazing. Dwayne
Bates, yeah. Fitz.
Barry Gardner, right?
I think that's right. You're going deeper than I could go.
I was gonna say.
Brian Musso. Huge fumble in the game.
Adrian Autry from Loyola Academy.
Darnell.
Backing up.
Yep.
Matt Hartle.
Love
rest
Matt.
In peace.
Yes. They should have won that game. They had 18.
That was a special team.
They also could not cover Keyshawn. That's all true. If anybody wants to weigh in on the chat, if you're the first time you cried.
A lot of people are saying double doink.
Double doink.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying double doink.
Yeah, that took a lot out of me too.
The Super Bowl was more heartbreaking. To make it all that far, I literally sat in the fetal position crying for 10 minutes after that game ended.
You know what? The Super Bowl didn't
Hester runs the opening touchdown. I'm like, oh my God, we're winning this game.
But
everybody
it was Peyton Manning, so it was kind of like.
I know, but I was like, oh, it was a Cinderella season.
I know.
I thought that defense,
it was Peyton Manning.
You got Briggsy, you got Urlacher. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna make this happen. We're so close.
Does Tony Dungy owe his broadcasting career to
Peyton Manning?
Does he?
No,
I don't
think
in that
so.
Saturday night, in that Sunday night gig if he doesn't win a Super Bowl?
I think so.
Yeah,
He's very
because he was a good. He was even when he was in Tampa.
He set that Super Bowl team up in Tampa.
Yeah.
Those were all his guys. That was basically his scheme. John Gruden takes over, and not even 1 year later they win the Super Bowl. That was Dungy's team, and he's very revered for that down in Tampa.
Volkswagen.
No.
Jake Flanagan
Anyone
coming
out
onto the
there
show
got
saying, does anybody have a double parked Volkswagen? They're going to tow it. And shockingly, nobody on this show has parked illegally.
Nope.
I'm mainly pointing the thumb on that one because
I was going to say that's usually you, Carm.
I did park illegally
Have a car
yesterday. 88 NFC Championship game, 84 NFC Championship game. Frank, you're in my demo. I love you. 84. 88. I didn't feel it as much. 84 sucked. I thought they were going to do it.
I will say, by the time they made the Super Bowl, technically that Super Bowl was 07, right? And the season was the 2006
season. 2006.
I was too old at that point to be crying over sports, probably, but I do remember driving back because I was in college at that point in Wisconsin, drove home to consume that game in Chicago, so I wasn't just stuck with all my Packer fan roommates. in our house in Madison, and I do vividly remember the drive back to Madison the next morning just being utterly depressing. I think it was gloomy, it was cloudy, and it was just really sad. It felt sad, even if I wasn't physically crying.
The Green Bay game was a killer.
When
Yeah.
when it was win and get in, and Chris Conti,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we don't need to go through that.
that one hurt too.
Actually, Seth, you'll appreciate this one. Probably the most upset I've been. I don't know that I actually cried, but I was like, it was Arizona State, U of A. It was my last year with the school. I worked for the athletic department. I worked for the football team. It was Dennis Erickson's. I was there for all of Dennis Erickson's tenure. Arizona State drops that game at home to U of A. I was beside myself because of all the seniors. It was like senior night. It was the rivalry game. It was the Territorial Cup. I'm like, I can't believe these guys are having to go out on a loss like this. We like won it the year before. And I had to take quotes from Dennis Erickson. That was my job after the game. I had to go in his office with him for the radio show. This man does the radio show and then just breaks down crying in front of me. And I'm trying to hold it together because it was like, it's like seeing grown men cry is my kryptonite. Like I can be like not really emotional, but if I see a grown man, especially a football coach, like in front of me crying, oh my God, I was devastated.
Wow.
So I just go downstairs. I'm supposed to transcribe these quotes. I go into my boss's office because he was the one that had a door. I didn't have a door. I shut the door and I just sat in there. And he creaks the door open and he gives me a Bud Light from the equipment room sent it up for me. Gives me a Bud Light, shuts the door, and then like 10 minutes
Erickson
later
gave you the Bud Light?
No, the equipment manager sent the Bud Light. My boss at the time, who was like the SID, his name's Randy. He was the one, like the equipment manager,
You
like
were
saw.
so shook.
I was so upset that they were like, here, this is for her. And he sends the beer up and Randy just gives it to me and then shuts the door again. I just sit there drinking this stupid Bud Light. So upset.
Were you crying with tears going down?
I don't think I was actually crying. I was just like, maybe I was. And then they sent the only female SID, they sent her in because they're like, we don't know how to deal with this girl right now. It was a whole thing.
That's amazing.
I know. That's how invested I was in Arizona State football.
Wow.
God help me.
I'm watching the chat, so I'm allowing the chat to. I'm allowing the chat to program the show here before Hoge leaves. Looks very busy in Hoge land right now. I want to flip it back the other way. Greatest moment you ever had as a sports fan? It obviously can be Bears, but if it's not, feel free. Greatest moment as a sports fan.
Yeah, game 2 of the 2005 World Series. Just being there with my dad for that Paul Konerko grand slam, Scott Podsednik walk-off home run, being right there in our seats for that game. Will Perdue was randomly sitting right behind us, so I got to high-five Will Perdue after the grand slam. That's just – and then number 2 would be another moment with my dad was when they beat Kentucky in the Final Four, when Kentucky was undefeated. When Wisconsin beat Kentucky in the Final Four, I should say. Kentucky was undefeated, and Badgers took it to them in the Final Four game, and then lost. Then, actually, that could have been then the next time I cried as a grown man was when they lost at Duke, and Coach K whined his way to a victory with the referees the next night.
I'm laughing at Matt Nagy in the chat. Matt Nagy winning the 2018 NFL Coach of the Year award. That's a funny comment, Matt Nagy. You are a creative, brilliant man. All right, Dyon, what do you got?
I would say when I was there when Devin Hester broke the kickoff return record. I think they were playing the Vikings. And I remember when, they kicked it off to him, and me and my dad was there. And I looked at my dad, and I said, he's about to do it. And he was like, he's about to do what? I said, he's about to score. He's like, I'll bet you right now. They're not going to kick it to him. And they kicked it to him, and I just remember just watching him. It seemed like it happened in slow motion, but then when they showed the replay, you see how fast he was going. And I think that was like the moment for me where I was like, yeah, I love this team.
I think the Bears won the NFC North that night, too.
You said what?
They won the North that night.
Yeah, they did. They clinched that night, yeah.
That's really sweet.
That's not adding up on what I'm looking at, but maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's okay. It's all right. Seth, favorite
Googled,
moment?
Did you just Google my moment?
Man, it's got to. There has to be a Jordan moment in there.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's where I'm at.
Like that whole era, like is the greatest thing, ever. And I was at the '85 Bears Super Bowl in New Orleans as a kid, so like that. Walter Payton was my first hero. Jordan was my second, and so those guys, I just have.
How much were
made
Super
my
Bowl
life.
tickets back then?
Bulls tickets?
No, how much were the Super Bowl tickets back then?
Oh, I don't know, man. That's a great question. It's a great question.
I mean, we're rolling out of privileged Highland Park, Illinois. This was he wasn't looking at.
My dad was a diehard, like the one thing you have in common with with dads, no matter what, even if they're cavemen sometimes, like mine, is you could talk Bears for the rest of your life with them.
Yeah,
It's true.
I remember at the time, like, just rando people were getting Bears somehow that they were just tickets were falling into people's laps. I wasn't one of those people, but
I got it for you.
What's that?
For you, $75.
No way.
Wow.
No way.
That was the face?
20.
Wow.
According to USA Today, has a story on like what different year Super Bowl tickets cost. And it says Super Bowl 20, $75.
Wow.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
that is.
I'm assuming
wild.
that's the average face value ticket.
I had the white ticket with the silver trim at the top and bottom and the Super Bowl 20 trophy Lombard
Yep.
Right on it.
That's
I love
crazy.
that. Yeah.
Boom.
There it is right there.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know
That's
if you can
crazy.
see that or not.
There,
right
yeah.
$75.
$75. That was not.
You can't even buy a
Wait.
beer for $75
Wait,
now.
Can you put it up one more time?
Super Bowl beer is probably $88.
That's like seeing that ticket's like pornography, literally.
Oh, here, Joey's going to pull it up.
We're getting it up close. Oh, we're literally pulling it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so awesome.
Joey is
A wizard.
quick.
There we
He
go.
is quick. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
And yeah,
it.
then it was like
Bam, there it
metallic, right?
Wow.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That does actually turn me on. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not doing it for me. But that's because I wasn't born.
It's just the wrong year for you.
Yeah, I wasn't born
I
yet.
mean, if you
Show me the 07 Super Bowl ticket. Let me see how I feel with that one.
It's so true. Full circle. We were saying how it just affects the vibe of the city.
Yeah.
Man.
It does.
Yeah.
It's true for any city.
Can you, Joey, for real, can you actually pull up a 1992 Game 6 Bulls Portland ticket? Because that's where I want to go.
That's yours? That's your number one?
That's my number one. Bulls win.
Jordan pops all the threes?
No. That was game 1. Game 6, they're down 15 going in the fourth. You had the all-Iowa backcourt starting the fourth quarter of Bobby Hansen and BJ alongside
$60.
$60 right there for 92.
God.
That's
That's a gorgeous ticket.
that is a gorgeous ticket.
Wait, so an NBA Finals ticket? What? I guess like so. What? 7 years later, it's
$8,000.
Yeah, it's $10 less than a Super Bowl ticket. Like that's wild.
By the way, message me. I have a Star 86 Jordan in mint condition. It's gotten up in a stupid level of value. If anybody wants to play, it's for sale.
Wow. Seth, stock on
Star 86.
Star 86.
Mint condition.
Yeah. Well, that was Carmy. You got
My favorite.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a secret. I won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that's
So actually,
were you getting a paycheck from the Buccaneers?
yeah, I was their staff writer, so I got a ring.
You get a ring?
and
No way.
I got a ring.
Oh my God.
I have a ring.
Wow.
So I cried at the NFC Championship in Green Bay at Lambeau when we beat the Packers to go to the Super Bowl because my dad and my brother were in the stands. I had brought them to the game. They drove up from Chicago, and that was like really special. And so then my dad and my brother came to the Super Bowl, and it was a really full circle moment though because the first Super Bowl I ever worked was at Arizona State. The Super Bowl came to Arizona. I was a PR volunteer in the press box. At the halftime performance was Tom Petty. My dad and I love Tom Petty, so I held the phone up to him, and I was
Last
like,
performances?
yeah, I mean, no, this was back in 2008.
Okay.
So then I told my dad, I was like, I'm going to take you to a Super Bowl one day. I don't know why I said that at 19 years old, but I did. And then Super Bowl 55 comes around, the Bucks are in it, and I took my dad and my brother to a Super Bowl.
Aw.
That's awesome.
And then my family name is on a Super Bowl ring, and I got to show my dad, oh, wow, okay, Joey's going to pull up the
No way, that's you?
photo. That's me.
No
Wow.
That was the day we got our rings, and when I showed my dad for the first time the ring with his name on it, that made me cry. I bawled my eyes out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You do a lot of crying.
I do a lot of crying, okay? I'm an emotional person.
So
How much you want for it?
Absolutely not. It's priceless.
Officially say then that CHGO been around 6 months, has as many Super Bowl rings as the Chicago Bears?
I mean, I didn't say it. You did. So.
Wow.
It's not bad. As bad as that is.
Mike Marks is in the chat.
Mike Martz. We got Mike Martz. We got,
Mike Martz.
Hey, Hoge.
Show
we
on
got
turf.
Matt Nagy. We got.
Adam, we'll let you get out of here. Any final thoughts? Anything you want people? Of course, we got pregame on Sunday, 11 o'clock. But anything you want people thinking about leading up to Bears Giants?
No, just this is fun though. This is a good time on a Thursday night watching football, hanging out with you guys. I'll save everything else for the pregame show Sunday night. I do.
Okay. I mean, you can go another direction. By the way. Say that again.
Wait, how do we get High West to sponsor this thing? You got to get High West involved. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. You're making me so jealous right now. Take a little of that meat, feed a cube into it, and enjoy life.
That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put my kids in
yes.
and do that.
That's a big glass, too.
That's a primetime cube right
How
there.
many nights are too many to drink bourbon or whiskey every night?
The limit does not exist.
Are you a bourbon?
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Wait, will we ever be alive when women consume bourbon to the same percentage rate men do?
I don't know. I know other girls that drink bourbon, too.
You're a unicorn.
No, that's what my boyfriend tells me.
I hope we are alive for that.
My wife won't
touch the bourbon?
unless it's like Pappy. Like, so she'd be like, I'm drinking fucking Pappy.
I don't know what Pappy is.
I don't either.
$100 a shot.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't know what it is.
Me and Carmi are together on that one.
Pappy Van Winkle.
I just drink regular old.
Hey,
Regular.
All right, Adam. You the man. Appreciate
We
you.
should do a show from Louisville, Adam, for the bourbon capital of whiskey of the freaking... Dude, are you as
the
into
Bourbon
that?
Trail.
If you got High West, you appreciate the game.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you another one before I leave. Hang on.
You got Blanton's over there?
He's got a collection.
No, I'll give you another one. Jay Henry out of Wisconsin. This is
Wow.
another really good one.
Wow, out of Wisconsin.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
it's brewed in
It's got-
Kentucky. It's distilled in Kentucky, though, right?
It's Madison, Wisconsin, or outside Madison, Wisconsin.
Holy moly.
Or Wisconsin whiskey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Just if you can do it in Utah, you can do it in Wisconsin. Red corn developed in the 1930s by the University of Wisconsin. There you go. So,
That explains it.
Whatever
That
that
explains
There's
it.
no way you paid for that bottle, by the way. It was for sure a gift.
That's why I still close.
sort of. I did use a $50 Benny's gift certificate to buy it.
There you go.
Benny's would
But,
be an
I
outstanding sponsor.
Bengals just got a
there
pick
we
in
go.
front of
Now
Tyreek
we're
Hill.
talking.
Benny's
my
would be
father-in-law,
insane.
though, loves Jay Henry.
Wow, I got to try that. What else you got in there?
He's
Eagle Rare?
Then nothing beyond that. More than just Makers is my go-to, but that's pretty standard.
You splash
So I usually
diet
make
in there? You drink it neat or?
I usually go old-fashioned with the Maker's Mark. We go old-fashioned.
It's a good old-fashioned bourbon, for sure.
Ho, go get your kids to bed. We love you.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night. This
thank
was
you.
fun. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
So where's he? I've known the name. I've heard him. What is he?
Adam is our lead Bears dominator. We got to get you watching CHGO Daily. He's normally sitting in this chair. Hoge's been covering the Bears for 15 years now.
That's how I know him.
Yes.
Yeah. He's been on everywhere.
I appreciate.
He's got the Hoge and Johns podcast too. That's hosted by The Athletic.
Was he on ESPN or Score or any of that shit? Before?
All that. He's on the Score all the time.
He's on the Score all the time.
But, his best radio station was when he was at WGN. What's up, WGN? I'm shouting you. Thank you very much.
Is he a Cappy guy?
Everyone's a Cappy guy. Everyone runs into a David Kaplan at some point in time. What's up, Cappy? Love you too, buddy.
You look good. Way better on screen than you do in person. No joke. I mean, all due respect.
You think I look better
off
there?
The fucking charts.
Yeah.
But not that the solo angle.
I can tell you guys go way back.
That angle, like ridiculous. You're on fire right now.
All right, hit the subscribe button if you can. We really we appreciate it. I got to tell you a couple things before we get to our final amazing topic of the night. Number one, if you the best coverage for your favorite teams as far as the gear goes, that is with FOCO. FOCO. They've got you covered from Soldier Field to the front room, north side, south side, hoodies, the slippers, the signs, the bobbleheads, everything in between. FOCO's got the perfect gift for your football fan in your life, or any sports fan for that matter. And yeah, check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use that promo code CHGO and you get 10% off. FOCO is, I love the stuff they got over there. And Joe, you getting another round over there?
Sam Adams, please. Oktoberfest, Hardy and Smooth.
I mean, we might as well wrap up the night in a right way here. I want
Score predictions.
We're gonna give a little gambling action here, but I want, before we go tonight, I want you guys to, and Dyon, you can start here.
Okay.
How many wins will the Bears end up? We're gonna rewind this tape.
Wow.
I want to know where you're at 2-1. You can think about this because I want to tell everybody one more thing here, but you just that's the question that's coming your way. But when you are, because maybe someone's going to predict the Bears to make the playoffs, when you want to get those playoff tickets and get the best value, you got to download the Game Time app right here.
Okay.
This is how you do it. Game Time for football, any sport, concert, whatever you need. The Game Time app will get you the best value going. Wow, I can't believe looking at this right now that apparently people want to go to Reds and Cubs on Saturday, which is kind of amazing to me. But no, that's they do they actually really want to go. Last Saturday game of the year, I guess the weather's supposed to be decent, but the Game Time app is just awesome. I use it, and if you want to support us, by the way, great way to do that is by getting the Game Time app, put in CHGO, and follow the description down there in the link here. Best way to support us, buying your tickets through the link in the description. The hottest new ticketing site. Courtside, last row, whatever you need, get yourself in the building. Game Time app. All right. Dyon, how many wins?
You know what? They got they have some very winnable games that I feel can, it'll be a couple plays that can either swing it their way or the other way. So I would say the Bears will win.
So long-winded.
Man.
He's buying time right now.
It's called metacognitive thinking.
Thank you.
You evaluate your thinking
Yes.
in front of people and you break the shit down.
You break it down because you want that shit to make sense.
Yes, it's
'Cause if
literally
I
called metacognitive thinking.
Because if I say they're going to win 12
Learn
games,
something
everybody
new,
in here
yeah.
going to look at me crazy. So I will say they will win 10 games.
Wow.
10-7.
Double digits.
10-7. I will say 10-7. But I'm really kind of like, I think it'll probably be 9. But because it's my team, I'm gonna say they're gonna win 10 games this year.
Do they win this weekend?
They definitely go to New York and win this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Justin Fields is going to get it together. This is his week.
And before we get to Seth, if people want to see you live and in person and doing your thing, how do they do that?
You can follow me on social media at Mojo Brooks. My next show in Chicago is a big one. I'll be headlining at the Erie Crown Theater October 14th and 15th alongside Ricky Smiley, Jess Hilarious, B. Simone, and a host of other great comedians. So you can find those tickets on Ticketmaster.
When is that?
October 14th and 15th. Sweetest Day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to Sweetest Day.
Bring your sweetie.
Sweetest Day.
You have a sweetie.
You don't want flowers
I do,
on
but I'm not
Sweetest
gonna
Day?
bring it.
No,
What?
she not.
We don't do
that's
anything for
us.
Sweetest Day. Are you kidding?
Sweetest Day is for guys.
Oh.
That's like, you already know, that's like our Valentine's Day. That's why it's not a big thing, because women won't allow it to be.
I thought it was like for both people.
No, that's what's wrong with women now.
Well,
you
it's
all
not
don't know
gonna
how to
make
make it
sense.
about us. It's about us. So yeah, Sweetest Day.
What do you want on Sweetest Day? Like, just put it out there right now.
What do I want?
Yeah, I mean, if you know.
Oh, the same thing you get on your birthday and Father's Day. You just get
That's
one
all
more
we
of those,
get.
right?
That's all we get. Yeah. So that'll be fine. That and that'll be fine. I guess I'll take it.
We all know what Carmy over here is thinking, okay? I didn't mean it in any way other than a nice piece of cake, okay? A nice piece of
I'm
frickin'
sorry
cake.
if the context of the prior conversation has seeped into my brain.
Yeah, you can't blame us because you've been all over the place tonight, okay?
I'm just covering my ass. I 100% was thinking about the. Is that Lewinsky who it's in the chat? Oh, shit.
Is that the beer?
Did we survive?
Right.
How many wins, Seth?
I'm with D, man. I'm with D. If they beat New York, they beat New York, New York is pissed off right now.
Yeah.
They kind of got embarrassed on Monday night. I watched that whole game with the Manning brothers. It's addictive, man. That commentary with the Manning brothers.
yeah.
Manning
That's
cast
the
is
greatest shit I've ever
fantastic.
seen in my life.
Best thing ESPN's done in decades.
Yeah.
What's better than that?
The Amazon Prime, though, like the next gen
6.
stats and stuff they do, that's awesome too. But yeah, 10 and 7.
10 and 7. Is it not 16 games anymore?
It's 17
17.
games.
When did it go to that?
Last year.
Don't
Holy moly.
That's why
Edit
they
that
made
out.
the playoffs that one. No, that was last year was the first year, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But they added an extra playoff team too.
Holy cow.
They shouldn't have done
How
that.
awesome is that?
It's a
How
whole
awesome is
extra
that?
week. I mean, it's not. I'll tell you, the players, the
These
coaches
guys,
hate it.
I was looking at the salaries for the Bears players before I came here.
Uh-huh. Good
Before
preparation for
Carmy
the show.
answers, I just, how much do you think Mooney makes?
I don't know what Darnell
know what
Mooney
his
makes. I
contract
should
is.
know that.
He's still on his rookie
He's
deal,
on his
right?
he's on the
Yeah,
rookie
he was
deal.
Like, fifth round draft pick or?
Yeah, the guys are number
Fourth
one.
or something
And
like
so
that.
I was saying, okay, is this guy stealing from us because he's not performing? He's still underpaid.
He's not.
Still
Yeah,
because
because I think he's on,
Well, he's on the rookie
right?
contract,
Yeah.
so-
$845,000.
Right, yeah, he was
The guy
fifth round,
should be a $10 million a year
overall.
receiver.
He's
4 years, 3.5 mil. But yeah, that's a rookie contract though for a
Yeah,
fifth
he's still on
rounder.
the rookie.
$840,000. That's
Yeah.
I love NFL players because none of them are there's a handful that are paid through the moon.
Yeah.
But guys like
It's going
that
up.
are risking their life making $800,000.
I think they should. I think they should be making a lot more money. I think it should be like
I love
a
that they're
soft cap.
making money that's not stupid.
I
They
think,
have to
like,
perform because they can't retire off this money.
If anything,
Yeah,
like NFL should make more money than NFL players should make more money than
I
NBA
couldn't
and baseball
agree more.
players
They-
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
put their
Risking their
bodies.
life
They put
out
that, and
there.
this like
Their
lifelong,
careers are
Yeah.
so much shorter. They put their bodies through so much more. They should get guaranteed money.
The concussion
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the
that's
CTE
so
stuff. That's real,
isn't it?
and they all think about it too.
Is there anyone that
It's sad.
doesn't think that there's a correlation between all that concussing?
None of the players. I can tell you that much.
suicide?
Yeah, I don't know
Because-
about that, but
there's old school guys that don't necessarily buy into that.
Really?
yeah, the new
Yes.
ones do.
Yeah.
They joke about it, and I
Isn't it
hate them joking about it.
science?
But yeah,
Is it? It's not.
I had a
for
huge-
Ed
They
Obradovich's
broke
opinion.
it. They broke it down they broke it down in a way where
Merrill
it
Hodges-
kind of makes sense.
Merrill Hoge has been out there trying to tell you that it's got nothing to do with.
The concussions.
Yeah, I
There's-
interviewed him at the Super Bowl.
Junior Seau, Dave Dorson,
you don't
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
This yeah.
Steve McNair took his life.
No wait, or did the girl?
I think he was
no,
murdered.
He got murdered.
He was like Ray Caruth.
yeah, there was a lot
no Ray Caruth.
drama.
Wait, the
No.
opposite.
He had. I think the woman killed him and stabbed him in his. Was that?
I don't remember the
Caruth?
details.
Steve
of this.
McNair.
Wait, who's wearing the visor on this? Javon Holland just made a play.
Did he fumble?
That's my guy. I'm going back.
The
I'm getting
Bears
distracted.
are winning games that they should lose, and that is why they'll win 10 games this year.
Do you not think they're going to lose games that they should win though?
Carmi, how many wins, Carmi?
I don't think so.
Oh, don't make me do this because I got in a lot of trouble. So my first article for Fox Sports when I took the job a couple weeks ago was
What are you doing now?
I cover the NFC North for Fox Sports.
Wow.
And I had to do an NFC North preview as my first article, and I had to predict all of the records for all 4 teams. And Bears fans will be very mad at me. I had them finishing 4th in the division at 7-10.
What did Vegas?
7-10 is not
That's better than what a lot of people.
A lot of national writers said. That's what I
What
said.
was the over/under for the season in Vegas before it started?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Probably like 6 or 7.
Less than that.
Yeah, I think they was
literally
only
had
like
them at
projected to
like 4 or
win like
5.
3 or 4 games.
The Bears
Yeah.
over under was 6.5, and then it moved to 5.5.
5 okay. So I had them at 7. I had
loving
what
the
I
over.
came under fire because I have the Lions having I think 8 wins.
Oh my God.
I called it before the season started though. Like these guys are not the Lions anymore.
Wait, Carm over here. You didn't tell me Carm over here. Like you could spend hours and hours and hours and hours talking football.
I did tell you that. I said the rock solid nature that Carmi V brings to the table is just unbelievable.
When you're not getting paid, like socially, if I met you,
She tweeted out.
I'm
Would you
insufferable.
enjoy-
Yes, I'm insufferable.
She even
I will
said
go
she
to
couldn't
bed.
even date a guy that
Yes, we had this
we had this
conversation the other
conversation. Yeah, she can't even date a guy that doesn't.
Yeah,
like
I've gone on
football.
dates with guys like I'm
Yeah.
not a football guy. I'm like, all right,
my
this isn't working.
God. So
When I have
are
a
you in a
few too many.
relationship?
I
right now?
am.
Yeah, they said McNair's side chick
Wow.
shot him.
Yeah,
Exactly. It'd be a line to find a girl like you.
20.
If they come,
July
like, it's
4th,
so rare.
2009.
And she drinks whiskey
It's so
and
rare.
bourbon.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
so rare.
All men want is like a girl that's like
Normal.
actually a dude.
Those
'Cause I
that-
always said
that
I'm
can
actually.
they can cry
They
with
can
you.
cry
at the
with
foot- Yeah,
you.
Yes, they cry with you when
Yeah.
favorite team loses. and
They
breaks
don't
your heart.
understand. They want to say
Yes.
stuff like, "I told you they were gonna lose." Nobody asked you. Where are those women at? Or they always say, "I don't even understand what's going on." You're not trying to understand. It's simple.
When's it over?
On that note, you should see Dyon October 14th and 15th at
The Airy Crown Theater. Get your tickets on Ticketmaster, people.
Joey.
Good venue.
Appreciate everything you did tonight. Chat, you were awesome. Braggs, I know you had one question for Seth that I can't see right now.
What is it, Mark? Because I have a lot of questions for myself.
Ask Seth his thought on this season's Below Deck. I'm disappointed.
I barely watch Housewives.
And you're on that show.
Bravo. Yeah, I'm ESPN. If the TV's on, I'm watching sports because sports was the first reality show. If they're playing at the highest level, somebody's fucking crying and somebody's going away really happy, and you don't need to watch the episode before
There's
or
drama,
the episode after.
There's fights.
Yes.
There's
reality.
everything. That's real
Sports
reality.
is the best reality.
I said
shit
that for so long.
ever, non-scripted.
And it gets right to the point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
to the
sorry to
point.
say I've never watched like a Real Housewives. So
That's-
Don't. But I mean, if you're gonna watch Housewives of Salt Lake City.
okay.
One of the housewives' husband is Coach Sharif Shaw. That's why I'm a Utah.
Oh, that's why you know
yes.
so much. Oh,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all coming together.
We got to go.
Okay.
I love it. Dyon, Seth, thanks you for being here.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
to Woot. Thanks to Adam. Thanks to Joey. Carmi.
Are you single?
MVP. We'll see you. We'll see you when we see you. Bears pregame. Don't forget
All
about
those
that one.
ladies coming up there, Mark.
Yeah,
Talk
there
to
it is. Thank you, Braggs.
After hours.
Appreciate you. Have a great.